Hello and welcome to another edition of How Not to Play Magic the Gathering. So we've been doing premiere drafts for Dominaria United, which you do need either 10,000 coins or 1,500 gems to enter, and as we can see, I have been doing so poorly that I have neither of those things. So we are going to have to try our hand at something else. Alright, so let's try our hand at some constructed. We've got some pre-constructed decks here that we can work with, or we can try building a new deck. Let's see what kind of cards we've got. So let's look in and see what we've got as far as standard rares. Mythic rares specifically, because, oh wow, I got quite a few. Oh, we got, that's right, we did pull out a Ajani Sleeper Agent, but we never really got to look at him, did we? So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Sure, let's go for that. We'll bring it down to just white-green. What else do we have that can go in there? Yeah, Timeless Lotus, sure, whatever. Have a Titan of Industry, that's always a good thing. Cultivator Colossus. I don't know about that one. I've got a Vivian. Oh, we've got an Elspeth. Alright. And a Wandering Emperor, sure. Sarah Paragon, yeah, okay. I mean, it creates creatures that mainly for Elspeth to put counters on. I don't know. It's a decent base. Let's see what we've got. Those were our mythics. How about our rare factors? What do we got here? Ooh, a lot. Alright. I don't really know what... We're going to have to figure out what we want this deck to do. So I know that we want to be kind of creature heavy. We're going to be going kind of on the +1 counter, go wide plan. With Sarah Paragon, we want to keep our mana values low so that we can recur threats. Titan of Industry is just a huge body that tends to win you the game. Okay, Edeline looks nice. The more creatures I have, the more powerful it is. Vigilance is good, and it creates tokens, which I'm also looking for. Alright, wedding announcement. Yeah, every white deck needs a wedding announcement. It just turns into an anthem, so sure. It's just a straight up good card. Defiler of Faith, we saw this one in draft. Whenever I cast a white permanent, I can get an additional token. That's just good. Let's see, whenever you attack with one or more creatures, create that many citizens, and then I can play the Hideaway card. Okay. With Halo Fountain, if I have 15 creatures of any type, I could just win the game with the Halo Fountain. So sure, let's throw in a couple Rabble Rousing. It's a bit above my curve, but it should be there. Urza Assembles the Titans will help me pull out some Planeswalkers, which I do have a few in this deck, so that's not necessarily a bad call. Ooh, this looks interesting. With Sigarda's Summons, anything with a +1 counter has base power toughness 4/4 flying and are angels. It is kind of a heavy spell. We'll go ahead and include it for now. I can always take it out later. But but that will let me put in Valiant Veteran, because even though I'm not necessarily running soldiers for his Anthem effect, if I do pull out Sigarda's Summons, his Exile effect will make everything I have into a Flying Angel. And that seems pretty good. Defiler of Vigor. Whenever you cast a green permanent, put a +1 counter on each creature you control. That will work very well with our Sigarda Summons. Not to mention it's just fucking beefy in its own right. Okay, so as we're going down the list now, we've got our rares kind of picked out. We kind of see where our deck is going thematically. So we're looking at +1 counters and anything that will help us go wide. So anything that comes in with a token or distributes +1 counters. Okay, that looks pretty good. It gives +1 counters to things and vigilance. Put a +1 counter on a creature or vehicle and untap it. Backup Agent brings in a +1 counter, so we like him, and he's a creature to boot. Destroy Evil is removal. I'm gonna need some kind of removal. Alright, we do like this one. It's basically a Backup Agent. So yeah. So where the Backup Agent's a 1/1, this one's a 2/2, but it requires 1 more mana, so whatever. So you take up the shield, puts a +1 counter on a creature, and gives it lifelink and indestructible. I like that. Alright, I kind of like this one. It can be played either offensively or defensively. I can give my thing indestructible, or I can destroy their big thing. Cavalier enters with a soldier token, so that's definitely something to look into. I do like Citizen's Arrest for its exile. We'll go ahead and pop those in. Captain's Call just creates 3 soldiers. That's kind of, if I was going mono white, I'd do that. Celebrity Fencer might be pretty nice, but it's a bit above our curve. Let's see, where's our green creatures? I do kind of like the landfall ability here. And it is a green permanent, which would trigger Defiler of Vigor. So I think we'll go ahead and give it a shot. There's really not a whole lot of green that goes with our theme, huh? I kind of like Crawling Infestation in that if like my creatures die, I can get an insect back, and with Sigarda's Summons, that could be a 4/4 angel. With Defiler of Vigor, it is a green permanent, so it would distribute a bunch of +1 counters. Okay, well this one's a little bit high, but it does give 2 counters. I don't know. I think we're done here. Alright, how about multicolored? What do we got here? It's not bad. Create 2 humans with flashback. They're white humans, though. Whenever I'd make a soldier, make an additional soldier. Unfortunately, most of my creature or token generation is citizenry. It's either human or citizen. I don't have a whole lot of soldier production, so she really doesn't do a whole lot. She does. So we'll definitely put her in. And that actually brings us up to 60, so we can run with this if we want to. Sure. Let's go, let's add some Botanical Plazas, because they're just straight up better than Radiant Grove. And sure, let's go ahead and run with this deck. So it just kind of, I don't have a name for it. We'll go with, what, green, white, where's my G? Green, white, critters, I don't know. So we'll give this deck a shot. I really should throw in a sideboard, but I'm kind of just feeling the deck out, kind of see what happens. I've got a couple instants and sorceries that'll give me +1 counters. It looks like my main finisher is going to be Sigarda Summons. Just basically go wide during the early game, maybe go into some kind of stalemate, and then drop Sigarda Summons to finish things out. If not, we do have Deviler of Vigor that can make things bigger, but I don't really have a whole lot of citizen production. Citizens are going to be my main trigger for Defiler of Vigor, because they are both green and white, so they trigger actually both Defilers. And so I can get it through Darling of the Masses, I can get them through Halo Fountain, and Rabble Rousing. Those are going to be my main citizen producers. So this is just kind of an initial build of the deck to see kind of what works in the deck and what doesn't work. We just kind of threw a bunch of cards together just to see what happens. As we playtest the deck, we'll be able to see what works and what doesn't. So let's do some of that. So we're going to go here into standard play. We'll just do some best of ones just to see how the deck plays off. And let's go. Alright, we've got all of our colors. Wow, 2 Citizen's Arrest in my opening hand. Sure, why not? Let's give this a go. We'll start off with our slow land. First strike ward. Okay, sure. I will go with the plains here and Roaring Earth. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to landfall into except for her. Oh, Valiant Veteran. Sure. We'll go ahead and drop Valiant Veteran. And then we will drop a Plains for landfall to give him a +1 counter. Why not? Oh, they've got a Darling of the Masses. I wish I did. Ooh, I did pull a Sarah Paragon though. I think I'm going to wait on Paragon because I cannot let Darling get out of control. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and arrest her. And we'll go ahead and throw down my forest. Give Valiant Veteran another +1 counter. Should I attack or should I hold off on defense? You know what? Might as well go for it. He can swing back in, but I think I'm gonna win that race. Ooh, wedding announcement. That's not good. I've got one of those too. Of course, I need more than one of them. Alright, so let's go with... I could go with Paragon now, but there's really no reason to. Let's go with Juniper Order. Kicked. Opponent. And we'll go ahead and give Juniper the counter. We'll landfall her again. And sure, we'll attack with Veteran. Alright, so he just passes the turn because he doesn't want to be attacked anymore. Ooh, a Halo Fountain. Oh, they're not going to let me go anymore. They've decided that we are too much. Shit, I just realized we weren't in ranked. Alright, so now we're going to try doing standard ranked play just to see how things go. We've got some lands. We've got really our planeswalkers, but nothing to really... Shit. I don't like throwing away 2 planeswalkers, but I don't have anything, any gas. Oh well, whatever. I'm at the bottom of the barrels. I am like as far on the bottom as bottom can be. If I lose, I'm not going anywhere. So let's just see what happens. Planes go. Opponents showing off their bling here. So, yeah, this isn't going to go well. I don't have anything I can cast this turn anyway, so we'll go ahead and drop that. It looks like they're playing a blue-red spells deck, which is going to be really quick and explosive. Okay, let's... I don't have any other... Sure. I could arrest their amplifier, but that's hardly the worst threat they've got. But I can't really do anything else for the next 2 turns. So, alright, sure. We'll eat a negate. That works for me. Because that negate is not going to be used on Elspeth. You know, if it gets countered, it gets countered. It'll probably get countered. No? Alright. Whoa, that works on... So yeah, he's just gonna double bolt Sarah Paragon. Do me a whole big damage, yep. But now they're tapped out, so... Actually, if I play Elspeth, she'll probably die. Whatever. This is a bad play.
Point me towards the fight. I'm ready.
Alright, well let's see what this does. Put
I've made plenty of connections.
a permanent with mana value 3 or less onto the battlefield. Particle number of creatures you control, which is not going to be anything. And these are just going to be a 2/2, so it doesn't matter. We'll just go ahead and pick that. We'll give him this +1 counter. It's not going to do anything, but the shield counter should hopefully stop an attack on Elspeth. It sucks that that's the best I was able to find, but whatever. Hey, it stopped the attack though. We'll go ahead and use Elspeth on backup agent. We'll give him +1 in first strike. We will drop a second backup agent. Or do I want Vivian? We'll drop a second backup agent, put the counter over here, and go to combat and pass the turn. Alright, so whenever I cast my second spell, I take 2 damage. Okay. So I can only cast 1 spell a turn. You got it. So let's use Elspeth's +1 counter again, and we'll give him Vigilance this time. We will proceed to combat. And we'll just attack with my 5/5 first strike Vigilance. If he wants to throw somebody in the way, go for it. Yep. And now let's double up on Planeswalkers. Oh, he's gonna negate that though. Alright, sure. That works for me. Ooh, Tolarian Terror that I am not afraid of in the least. Lightning strikes Elspeth though. Alright, sure. So I can make 1 land into a 5/5, which doesn't really do a whole lot for me. So we'll just cast it. We'll proceed to combat. He is tapped out. So backup agent is going to make mincemeat out of their Tolarian Terror. And we'll end turn. Wandering Emperor has flash, so I can use that whenever I want. So I can cast Wandering Emperor on their turn. So we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, and that's enough.
My people must contend with me.
Can't beat the Planeswalkers, huh? Alright. Alright, so we've got a wedding announcement that we can at least play leading into Elspeth and rabble rousing. And a Ajani. Alright, yeah, let's keep this. Let's see what we can do. We'll start off with wedding announcement. Oh, and we pulled Vivian. Oh, this is looking so sweet. Alright, so he is gonna start swinging. And yeah, I'm just gonna take it, because there's not much else I can do. I do kind of have a really slow start here, so we'll drop our wedding announcement. We'll pass the turn with a little token. Yep, he's gonna swing in with his 3/3 again. Oh, now it's even bigger. Let's go ahead and do a Ajani. No. Alright, I mean, 'cause take out the shield isn't going to kill it, but it will make my token indestructible. I don't know, I'll just pass. I could play a Ajani, but he'd just die. Alright, well this is not good. Yeah, he meant to put that on the Hellpack Avenger. So let's go with... We'll start blocking. I'll go ahead and double block here. And I'll go ahead and give them each take up the shield. So I will take 1 damage, but I'll gain 4. Oh, and then I'll lose it because of Hellpack Avenger. Very nice. Alright, well, let's go with Juniper Order, I suppose. Or I could go with the Ajani. We'll go with Juniper Order, kicked onto herself. No attacks. Oh, and my wedding announcement flipped. Alright, I believe it is time for Ajani to make his move. Ooh, I have enough for rabble rousing now. Or Elspeth. We'll go with Ajani. we will -3, and we will just target the Juniper Order to put all 3 counters there. So there's a 7/7 Vigilance, and we'll just attack with that one. So this is probably gonna hurt. No? Okay. Alright, so we have a battle of the big boys coming up. Let's go with Elspeth.
Right.
We will go ahead and plus Elspeth to give that one, I don't know, flying maybe?
Brave.
We will go ahead and plus Ajani. Look at the top card. If it's a creature or planeswalker, I can put it into my hand, which it is.
In perfect harmony.
Let's go ahead and swing 8. Okay. So, do you have something to wipe my board? No, you've got an archer though. That's pretty cool. Alright, well that will stop me for a turn. You're gonna swing it into Johnny? Oh, and Elspeth. Alright. Johnny, I don't really care about that much. He's going at double Elspeth. Alright. Could have another Abrade in hand. Okay, but nothing has trample though. So we'll go ahead, block the Avenger. He should deal 2 damage
Death is temporary.
to Elspeth maybe, which will bring her down to 1, but that's fine.
Well, if it's a fight you want.
We'll go ahead and +1 this guy with lifelink. Oops, I should have done Roaring Earth first. That's my bad. I'll go ahead and drop Rabble Rousing just to get sure, we'll put Titan under it. Doesn't really matter. Yep. And that'll get me a whole bunch of life. Oh shit, that's any target. Damn, I'm stupid. Well, I did get a bunch of life at least. Let's see, all in at Elspeth, so yeah, there's nothing I can do here. She's gonna die.
The city's tearing itself apart.
Alright, so let's do Sigarda Summons, and since my human has a +1 counter on it, he'll be a 4/4 +1 +1, so that's a 6/6 flying. which should finish out the game. Just barely. I think I was lucky on that one. Ooh. Only planes? I don't like that. But it does, if I get even one more land, I've got wedding announcement. So yeah, let's go ahead and try it. Maybe I'll pull a forest. Nope. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it without the kicker. Just because I don't know when or if I'm going to pull another green source. Or another mana source at all. Alright, they get Darling of the Masses. Well, alright. I'll take it. Because, yeah, we can't let that stay. Ooh. Alright, well, we found our forest finally. I think it might be a little too late. We'll go ahead and drop wedding announcement. But no attacks. Get a token. Well, that's something. Yeah, he's just gonna snowball here, and I have absolutely no recourse. We'll go ahead and drop Roaring Earth, even though it doesn't matter. We'll put a +1 counter on there. Oh, yeah. We're done. Pass. Pass the turn. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I do not foresee a W here. I am so far behind the 8-ball, it's not even funny. Okay, yep, you get it. Okay, so we will go ahead and make this block. We'll take up the shield. So that will get rid of her again, hopefully for good this time. And now he's gonna exile, yep, my 4/4. No attacks. Celebrity Fencer. Yep, that's going to get out of control. A lot of ETB triggers. His deck has some really nice synergy. I really like his deck. Alright. Well, let's go see what we can do here. I've got 5 mana. I can do Darling of the Masses using Defilers. And then I can do Juniper Order kicked with Defiler. And then we'll put the +1 counter over here. And I'm not going to attack. But now I've got a nice pretty board state too. Oh, he's got an Ajani. That's very nice.
You're all part of the great machine that is Phyrexia.
So what are we going to do with him? Plus, minus? Three +1 counters on Celebrity Fencer, okay.
As one.
He wants to make a really big. Shit, I am 1 mana shy of casting them both. Well, I want Paragon out. So we're just gonna go ahead and hard cast Sarah Paragon. Oh, should I attack? That's the question. No, I don't think so. So Paragon can pressure Ajani, which, well, I assume that he assumes Ajani is going to die. So he gets another Celebrity Fencer, he gets a big Celebrity Fencer, and I assume he's going to attack with it, but without Trample, I'm not really that scared.
Every day,
He gets a forest, so it goes to the bottom of his library. Oh, you may put it on the bottom. So yeah, he's putting it on the top. Alright. And I get to take up the shield. That's very nice. So let's go to combat. We'll go ahead and swing at Ajani, which I'm sure he was expecting. Because we just can't have him making card value.
there will only be Phyrexia.
And we'll pass the turn and see what he does. Another Darling of the Masses. Okay. Lots of triggers. Lots of triggers. More triggers. Even more triggers. And even more triggers. Okay, we will well, we'll go ahead and drop a Wandering Emperor with Defiler of Faith. We will exile target tapped creature. Go on to blockers. We will go ahead and make this block here. And then I will take up the shield to give it +1 and indestructible. Oh shit, I forgot about the little 1/1 over there. I should have blocked that too. Okay, now what do we got here? +1 to give something first strike, and a +1 counter. And we'll drop Botanical Plaza to give her another +1 counter, and swing in. Okay, yep, he gets a lot more critters and a lot more triggers. More critters, more triggers. He's got a very nice deck. But he needs to get rid of Paragon in 2 turns. Which I assume with as much as he's scrying, he's gonna find another out. He's gotta have an out for Paragon. Those can't be the only removal he's got. Okay, so he's swinging at Adeline? Or he's swinging at Wandering Emperor? Okay. Sure. We'll go ahead and block them. He just wanted the triggers. Is all he wanted. Sure, we'll go ahead and cast Darling of the Masses. Legit. Grab another token. We will put another counter on Sarah Paragon for no other reason than I can. And this is the turn. He either gets rid of Paragon or he dies. That's not going to do it. Another Celebrity Fencer. That's a nice card, but it's not going to kill Paragon. Okay, he's attacking once again just for the trigger. He's going for the Rumor Gather draw. Scry to the top, alright. But, I mean, scrying to the top doesn't help if you're not going to have another turn. We'll go to combat. Swing with Sarah Paragon. Do you have it? Alright, he does. We've got another darling. Alright, so this is turning into a land war now, which I'm not very equipped to fight. Okay, so he's attacking thrice now. So we'll just go ahead and block them all. Sure. Oh, okay, so her ability is only... Alright. Go ahead and do that. We'll give the +1 counter to, I don't know, the same one. He unfortunately has more tokens, more creatures than I do, so I can't go around him yet. What happens if I put out a samurai?
Keep watch for intruders.
Oh, that's only cast, huh? Well, oh well. We will go ahead and pass the turn. King Darien, alright. Oh, I gave him an idea. He was like, oh wait, that's right, I can do that too. Yeah, he's just going wider than me. Swinging 2, 4, 5. So he's all tapped out, so he doesn't have any tricks that he can play. So we will block the 2-2 with the 3-3, and we'll block the 4-5s with the biggers. Man, he just has so many creatures out. Okay, Vivian. What do we got here?
Power of the arc bow? This will be over quick.
We'll drop a rhino. We'll drop a wino, and we'll give him a +1 counter.
Strike fast and strike hard.
But if I swing, he'll just decimate my board. So I'm just gonna make a 6/6 for the next few turns. Ooh, Queen all in all, that's another good one. Oh, so much synergies he's got. But he can't swing because I'll kill him on the back. So we're just kind of at a standoff here. God, those fencers are huge, though. That is a 2020 fencer. That is sick. Yep. All right. So he's swinging. What's he swinging? A 2/2, a 2/2, and a 20 plus. Alright, so we'll block the 2/2, we'll block the 2/2. We will chump the 20 plus. And now being tapped, we can exile.
I am almost sad to see you go.
So I do still have Elspeth in my deck somewhere, which can make something fly. So I believe I'm going to assemble the Titans and see if I can't find her. We'll start on chapter 1 because I need the scry. And if Elspeth is in my top 4, which it is, I can put it on top. Let's see, light the way. Yeah, I don't need that. I do like that, but I don't really have a whole lot of +1 counters. And then we'll just go ahead and tuck the land too. Alright, so we will reveal Elspeth, put it in my hand. We will drop a rhino.
I brought some muscle
Proceed
along.
to combat. No attacks. End the turn. Alright. And then actually next turn I can just play Elspeth for free, I believe, off of the Assemble the Titans. And then Elspeth can give something flying, which should go over the top and get me the game. So I just need to keep Elspeth alive. Wait, Elspeth's not even out there yet. So I need to keep a creature alive. So that I can use Elspeth on it. Alright, we're almost there. We are almost there. He's gonna swing. That's fine. I can chump a 31/31 as long as you don't give her trample. Okay, so they are all coming at me, so we will go ahead and block the token, and chump the queen. Okay, so I can drop Elspeth for free. We will go ahead and put a +1 counter. Ooh. On Adeline. Sure. With first strike. And Sigarda's summons. So that will make everything with a counter into a flyer, which should win me the game. So now we'll proceed to combat. He could have some tricks. So we'll go ahead and attack with Adeline, my flying rhino, and my flying darling. And we get the GGs. Whew, that was a tough one. Alright, so we did pretty good, I think, on this one. We didn't get out Defiler of Vigor, though. I would have liked to have seen how he kind of interacted more with the deck. It is a cast trigger, though, so it didn't work how I initially thought. As we found out on the Defiler of Faith, it is a cast trigger, so the Defiler of Vigor works the same way, and I don't have a whole lot of green in the deck, so I would probably take him out or add some more green in. I thought it was just whenever a green permanent entered the battlefield, which is why the citizens off of Darling the Masses I thought would work, but they don't. So having the Darling in there with the go wide plan is really nice. Having the Valiant Veteran, which we really didn't get to see in action necessarily, I think would be a good plan. I do like the combination of Valiant Veteran with Sigarda's Summons. We saw that actually win us the game a couple times. So I think that is a viable strategy if you wanted to build a deck something like this. I would definitely go ahead and put in maybe a second summons to make sure that it comes up over the course of the game. I would definitely go full 4 veterans. I do like the Root Weavers and the backup agents as that initial +1 counter spread. Elspeth is a very good Planeswalker for this deck, along with Wandering Emperor, if you can get your hands on those, because their +1s both bring out counters. Ajani, which we started the deck off with, I don't think really works in it. His -3 is great. You get the 3 +1 counters. His +1 lets you dig. So, I mean, he does work with the deck, but as far as being like an all-star, he could be cut. Paragon is really good to get back your backup agents and your Root Weaver As far as our instants go, I would probably want more in the way of removal and less in the way of just, here's a +1 counter. Take Up the Shield with its lifelink and indestructible, I think is a good one in there to try to counter your opponent removal a little bit. There's probably better out there. So like the instance packages, we could probably go without. I'm a big fan of Citizen's Arrest. It is just the go-to. It's the white murder, essentially. So yeah, Defiler, that can go away. Titan, we really didn't get to see. Other than just being a really big body, he doesn't really do a whole lot in the deck. So we could probably replace him. Vivian, she makes bodies. That was it. So we could probably get rid of her even. I do like I didn't really get to see Crawling Infestation, so I don't know how well that would work. Roaring Earth, I liked. I was a big fan of Roaring Earth. Being able to throw down those +1 counters on landfall is great. Urza Assembles the Titan was a great way to find your Elspeth or Wandering Emperor. You could probably just make this deck mono white. You'd lose Darling of the Masses. So I mean, you could still go mono white splash green with Botanical Plaza. Maybe throw in like a couple forests, but mainly go mono white if I were to rebuild this deck. I would probably still keep in Halo Fountain as a gotcha. I like to have those like really surprise out of nowhere wins, which Halo Fountain would do. We didn't get to see it, but in that last game, if I would have dropped Halo Fountain, I would have won, because I definitely had 15 creatures out on that last game. So definitely keep Halo Fountain as kind of a gotcha on those long grindy matches. Only like a one of maybe, because if you're in a long grindy match, you're going to dig through most of your deck anyway. So I think that if I did this again, I would probably go more on the mono white and maybe just splash green for like Darling and maybe a Queen All in All. Even though we're not doing much in the way of soldier tokens, which Queen All in All likes, she does have power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. And so if you have her along with Elspeth, giving her, life link or vigilance or flying or all of the above, you just have a massive one-shot bomb. That would be a really awesome combo there with Elspeth and Queen All in All. So maybe keep in the green splash for some of those. We even saw King Darien in that one match with our opponent, is another Anthem effect to go along with the wedding announcement. So, I mean, there's definitely different things that we can do with this deck to keep the green splash in there and to make it all work. But I was overall pretty impressed. I mean, for something I just threw together, I think it did pretty well. So if you want to see more of this just random shit, let me know in the comments below, and maybe we'll do some more of this as we go on. So, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.